I've seen a correlation between lazy eye and birth trauma, lazy eye and inflammation or toxicity. And so what is the standard level of care is that, let's say your left eye has the amblyopia. What the standard level of care is, well, let's patch the right eye for 8 hours a day. That's probably the most damaging thing that you can do. It's draconian, it doesn't work, and it creates a lot of trauma in people to have to force them to wear a patch on the good eye so that the so-called bad eye is going to start to get better. There's no relationship or connection on why you would do such a thing, except that that's kind of forcing something to work, and it doesn't. So anybody out there who is under that treatment, stop it immediately because it doesn't work. You're much better off to do short stints of patching, but you don't just patch the lazy eye or the non-lazy eye, you do them both. And so the eye dialogue is a great way where you're going to be patching each eye maybe for a minute, and you're bringing more mindfulness and awareness to what each eye is having to say. I also think doing a lot of body-centered bilateral exercises, so cross-patterning, working with the vestibular stimulation with the vision, working with movement and vision. I work at a place, an institute, one day a month called Kid Power. This is in Albuquerque. It's a fabulous place. And the director, Carla K. Williams, we've known each other for a long time. I come in and I do the holistic vision evaluations. This institute are a bunch of OTs and PTs, and they are cutting edge. And they do things like working with sound therapy and primitive reflexes, craniosacral, many, many other modalities, nutrition. In any event, some of those kids have been diagnosed with lazy eye, and there have been cases where they've been forced to wear an eye patch for long periods of time. So one of the things that I've done with them is created programs where we stop that kind of patching, and we do a lot of obstacle courses where we're doing cross-patterning and visually guided and visually directed movements. So we're working on the primitive reflexes, we're working with gross motor, we're working with fine motor. We're doing a developmental approach. If there's any birth trauma, we're doing craniosacral therapy, and of course nutrition will help as well. And high percentage of success just in the lazy eye diagnosis. So the approach that I take is developmental, it's whole body, it's understanding that the vision is really how the eyes and the brain and the body work together in an reciprocal interweaving kind of a way, and that if our cross-patterning is better on a body level, that helps our eyes. And the other piece of it is that in the amblyopia, we work with the kids where they have to motor backwards just as well as they motor forwards. Because a lot of us, we don't have a back awareness, a spine awareness, a back body. We're thrusting forward so much that we forget about the back body. And when we start including the back body in the equation through movement, through obstacle courses, through visually guided movements, it actually wakes up the brain, and we get more of our brain engaged in our vision, and there are many, many improvements from that. So, Rose, I'm talking about lazy eye in a way that we get the diagnosis in the eye, but I think I did a Twitter on this the other day. A vision problem is more than in the eyeball, but it's in the whole person. So any vision imbalance that you have has roots that are systemic, metabolic, energetic, emotional, and physical. And when you treat the whole person and include the eyes in that equation, instead of treating the eyes as a separate mechanical entity, the success is much, much greater.